There's a lot involved. Most of it is behind the scenes. You have lots of requests that come in. You have to make sure that what you can send, you have. It can be received by them, meets their need. Those kinds of questions, you have to find out what the customs requirements are. You have to find shipping money, all those kinds of things before we even talk about having a load. And before that even is discussed with the volunteers that this load is coming up. There's a lot of work in behind the scenes that has to be done ahead of time. And then you agree on a loads list and all that kind of thing. And then you present it to the warehouse. And the volunteers, you say, okay, this is what's required from all your different areas. And then you give them a list where it's going, this is the need it's doing, this is what you have to prepare, and this is when we're loading. And they go to work. And everything is done, and basically then you have people who gather the supplies and stage them. Everybody is doing their list. And all of a sudden it gets staged, and then you have a loading date, and then you just give the list to the packers and say, put it on. If it is a straight box load, we can do it in 4 or 5 hours. If it is just a straight bed load, we can probably do it in 4 hours. If it is a mixed load with beds and bikes and boxes and medical and wheelchairs and walkers, and it usually takes us anywhere between 10 and 14 hours. So it's usually over a 2-day period of time that we load half the container, then we come back and load the other half. Because we maximize every inch of the warehouse. We use little things that we call stuffies, and they're usable. They're a piece of clothing or some linen or something inside a bag, or it could be a maternity pack or a mat pack, and they all get placed in between so that your wheels don't mash and they're protected. But that takes time because you got to pack everything, and you got to place it, and you got to make sure that it's tight, because as it travels, things can collapse, and you just don't want anything broken when you get there. I mean, how sad would it be if you unloaded a bunch of wheelchairs and all the wheels are broken and the spokes are broken? Like, we don't need to send garbage. We want to send something that's useful. As they unpack it, they can use it. So there's a lot of packing in and around a container. And then there's paperwork after. So then there's always the follow-up of the inventory, the final inventory, all those kind of stuff, the shipping papers, the reporting after. So there's a lot of work outside of just packing a box and putting it inside a container.